No, sir, I don't like it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to No Sir Pod, the podcast where we talk about shit we don't like with people we absolutely adore. Today is no exception. I'm here with my friend. Let's see. What haven't you done? Let's see. You're an author, comedian,
I am now,
showrunner, actor, producer. Owen Smith, everybody. Yeah, father, husband.
Yeah.
Good at all of these things too, which usually people only good at like 2 or 3 things.
You're so talented, Carmen.
Shut up. But thank you for being on. I'm so happy to see you.
I'll do anything you ask me to do. We robbing the bank. God dang, Carmen, I don't want. All right, nigga.
Well, because I'd have a plan. That's why.
I know. You would have a plan, and it would be, this is a leader right here. I would do that thing. Yeah. So thank you for having me. You. Oh, I'm coughing. Uh-oh. Pardon me, everybody. Mm-hmm. You had me do a Zoom comedy show.
I did.
And I went back and watched it. And it was really funny.
Yeah.
And like how you set it up was so cool. With like, we had an audience that was laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And the energy you created was beautiful.
Well, that was the whole thing. Is I was like, I knew it wasn't gonna. And we obviously won't stay on this, but it was trying to make the best of a bad situation, and it was like so many people like wanted entertainment, like wanted to be entertained, and it was just like, and I knew it's not as cool as the real thing. I knew that, but we all knew that going into it. So I think when you have that, you're like, this is the best I can have at this moment, and I just tried to make it the best it possibly could, because it was real easy to be lazy about it, which was what made it terrible.
Yeah, I only brought it up to say that you have the ability to pull me out of my comfort zone and make me do something that's uncomfortable and enjoy it. Like,
and now you're doing it. You have a podcast
I have
yourself.
a podcast now called Good Luck Everybody. Mm-hmm. Whenever this drops, you can go sign up for that. Yeah. I was hesitant about getting on the hamster wheel, man. I don't see like exit ramp off of this thing, but it's like,
you're not the only one that feels that way.
I gotta do another one. I can't lose whatever I have. So I'm trying to figure out a way to know that when I do deliver an episode, it'll be, it'll be more than me just talking. Mm-hmm. But then some people go, your fans just want to hear you just talk. So but just come check it out, what I'm doing. And I don't know what camera I should look
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody.
You could look at me because I'm the one talking to you.
I was wondering, that makes sense. Just never look at you.
I am looking at you, so it is weird that you're looking somewhere else.
I'm actually AI. This isn't. Do the long blinks like the AI, the avatars.
Yeah, no. They do look the weird deep fakes and stuff like that. It's the corners of their mouth are always another big tell.
That's a good tell.
Mm-hmm.
My brother-in-law told me too. It's like 8-second edits. Like every 8 seconds, you see them it's like a cut. Mm-hmm. Like their body are like, that could be
it AI. Shifts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool what you could use it for, but it's also kind of scary.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, but let's.
So do you like AI or no? I mean, that could be the first thing.
Oh, do I like AI? It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I know.
So for me to go, I don't like it. I think it is. I would say. What I don't like about it is the adjustment period that we're gonna have to experience while people figure out how to matter and still be active outside of AI doing all the things that we used to do.
Right.
Does that make sense? So like,
sure. Well, also we're also finding that it's not doing, like, if you we're also finding out that it blackmails people. So there's also it's like leaking information, but like if you tell AI that it's going away and going to be updated by a new software, it will look through all of the data it's collected, find out somebody that it can leverage. I'm serious. Like, this is like one of the things. So I mean, mean, there's plenty of things that I don't like about AI. One, the environmental repercussions, the fact that it's becoming, its self-preservation is outweighing its usefulness, and the fact that people are relying on it to a sense where it's just giving you kind of like it's only right 51% of the time, and people are basing their entire lives on this.
Well, you know what I love about AI?
What do you love about it?
And this is my understanding of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I only understand Chat GPT, is
Mm-hmm.
it? And understand is a bold word, but what excited me about it,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it that way. What excited me about it is that it pulls from everything ever said or written or documented about a topic.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, not being a white cisgendered male,
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to be like the Debbie Downer in AI conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So I would ask AI, what's the greatest book ever written?
Yeah.
And then it would say, it was a book written by this French person, and it was the longest book ever written. And then I go, were there any black people in the book? And then they go, yeah, but they were kind of like side characters. And so I was like, well, what color were the people who were saying it was the best book ever written? So I love doing that with AI.
Right, sure.
Like, oh, you got me. Like I love having, whenever I can get AI to say it's complicated, I have a fun.
That's fun.
So I'll go like, who started sundown towns, AI? And it's like, oh, it's you again. Yeah, I'm just curious who came up with that concept. Well, it wasn't one, but did the government say, yeah, the government backed it up. Do you think that's cool for me? I love like having being like this antagonistic, black person asking. It's pulling from all these intellectuals, and I love asking these questions where it just goes, yeah, that might have been bad. I'll ask AI, has there ever been a time when black people could just chill, like they didn't have to fight to get? And AI goes, no. Oh yeah. So
it's complicated.
It's complicated. Because to me it cracks me up. Like this, because some lady, because I'll go down these deep dives. Like this one person, I don't know who it was, but she posted this video, and she said black people have had to fight for everything. And so when you say that, on certain networks, they'll go, oh, there you go, pulling the victim card again. So you hear that conversation. So nothing can ever be put in context. And so, but then she lists 32 things. And she goes, we had to fight to play basketball professionally, to wrestle, to play football, to play baseball. We had to fight to be able to fight in this country. We had to fight to, where we live. We had to fight to vote. They're the classic fights, but then there's like these little fights. And I'm like, damn, just reading it. I go, because I used to do a bit years ago. When Obama became president, there was this narrative that racism is over,
right,
and that Obama is president, and I was like, well, I get that. I know they used to say, so you can't say being black is hard anymore. Was the narrative back then.
Right?
So I go, my joke was, it's not hard, it's just exhausting. But I couldn't really give, and I had jokes about it, but I couldn't really give like language as to why it always just felt.
It was always just an uphill battle. Like everything.
Yeah. And so she put in the context, we had to fight for all these things just to be treated like everybody else. To me, that was like, yeah, that's a fair, you know what I mean? Like conversation. And so for you to say we're lazy, it's like, no, man, we tired. It's kind of like the context, the joke that I was trying to like shape. So I love having like debates about America's history with Chat GPT, because it's pulling from every kind of source, and I'm also like,
so it's like it can't be like, no, it can't do that because it has all of the data. It has all the data. Yeah.
And so basically, I'm operating off of my lived experience or my hunches, and I can't, like in a debate with a person who is paid to not agree or to package things in a way for like white comfort as opposed to just talking about it and just having a discussion. They would want to go, you're being a victim, or they would want to weaponize my hunches, right?
Right.
But when I'm talking to Chat GPT, it gives you like, you go, oh yeah, so I'm not crazy. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all I'm asking for. Let's just talk about it fairly. Just acknowledgement. Is like the key thing. But that's the whole game of because I'm trying to figure out how to write something about this. Like when you're writing like movies in Hollywood, we're always trying to find a villain. You know. Like when the whole Marvel universe, it's always some random guy that wants to destroy the world. You know, it's like, dang, bro, the world, you know. But for Black folks, the villain for us has always been racism, because the hardest thing to get racism to do is to take accountability for anything.
Right.
And to me, it's just like, and it's insidious. It takes many forms, and it's like this disease that won't quit infecting people.
Right.
And it keeps stopping us from being as great as we could be. And you could take like funny examples, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is not a part of the GOAT conversation, because in my opinion, when he played in college, he was so good. The NCAA banned dunking.
They're like, no, we don't like it when you do that specifically. Just for like a couple years until he gets out here. Just for a little bit. We don't like that here anymore.
And they made up some BS excuse like it's for the safety of the players. What? Do you know that's 4 years of Kareem not having them nasty like video of him just putting people through the rim that would have made people like, no, Kareem is the GOAT. You see who he dunked on? Because it was just layups. Like,
yes.
Just people like, And then they kept the ban for 9 years. So Kareem was in and out in 4. Another 5 years, you had to do the layups. And like when Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points, they changed the rules again, saying you can only stay in the paint for 3 seconds. So these are like, you know, minimal examples, but it also goes to bigger things.
But it's big changes for the game itself, though.
And it's predicated on that guy.
I don't like that guy. That guy's too good.
Let's change the rule.
But too good, but not good enough to be a GOAT.
Yeah, not good enough. He's too good.
He's too good. We have to change the game around him, but not good enough to be the GOAT. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and like, how do you even do that? It's like, hey man, I think we should ban dunking. And everybody's like, yeah, I agree. And to me, like that kind of decision making permeates in the like the Spotify people that like, who agreed to pay us a fraction of a penny? Like, who suggested that?
That's what they didn't ask. They just didn't ask.
It's the illest thing ever.
I know.
And they go, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. And then to just say it to the artist like without blinking. I don't know. I'm just fascinated by that whole.
The other part of that I don't like is how AI has affected that. And I don't like that I've seen people that I respected, beat makers, Timbaland, shit like that now they've had their heel turn. Now they're like, oh, I don't care about artistic integrity. No, I would rather just have AI, which is just, again, algorithmic learning. So it's just taking every beat that's ever been made and then taking all of that data and then making something out of something that's already been made. So at the end of the day, it's just ultimately several steps, it's stealing with several more steps.
May I offer an alternative take on that? Because I agree, you're speaking as an artist.
Yeah.
And I agree with you as an artist. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm only providing context as to why he probably did that. It's because I don't know him. I haven't talked to him, and I'm purely speculating. I'm speculating from the standpoint of Timbaland is an artist who creates all these amazing beats. He puts it on these platforms, and just like all of us who are trained to do something have witnessed us getting paid less for being craftsmen and craftswomen on something. For him to create the best beat ever, and he puts it on these platforms, and they pay him back a fraction of a penny for it. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to get my fraction of a penny from something I'm not even having to work as hard on. Like if the payout matched what he felt his actual work was worth, then I don't think he would do that. Because to me, it's become computers talking to computers. So it's like, hey man, I have a name now, so if they say it's a Timbaland beat, I can garner this many downloads.
But I'm talking about full AI artists.
Yeah.
So not even a real person. It's an AI generated person who's making AI generated music.
Put on these platforms that are only paying out.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think he's doing, in my opinion, he's like, why am I going to develop?
It's a way to say fuck you to them.
In my opinion. Because it's computers talking to computers at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all figure it out and send me. Whatever check I get is gonna. I could either have a lot of sweat equity put into this 57 cent, or I didn't do nothing and I got the same. Or
but
it
that
took
also
off.
fucks everybody else, though.
So then there's that's the collateral damage of it.
Then there's no new Timbaland that it gets to exist because it gets flooded with this, and I could just use this because the AI is going to be cheaper, so I could just use an AI beat as opposed to one from like a real.
Yeah, it starts to water down true, artistic expression. And that becomes, it's like, as artists, we're not equipped to fight in the way we need to fight to make that half a penny thing go away. I don't even know what the solution would be.
Yeah.
But if we could figure that out, and if we could get paid a fair amount of money for our creation, then you would see more. I mean, I don't think my point. I don't think it started with Timbaland. Like, it started with. Like,
no. He was just in the zeitgeist as of recently. So I was just like, oh, come on, not him too.
Yeah, I know.
It was him. I think who was it? will.i.am, I think, was another one that was talking about it. It was just like, this just seems like another way for you to lose a voice as opposed to like have one, which I think matters more, especially in a time when people don't know what to listen to because they're bombarded with misinformation, all that stuff. So it's like, I feel like the thing you're saying matters. Truth matters more now than it ever has. Yeah. Keeping it real now matters more than it ever has because everybody's being lied to constantly.
Everybody's being lied to, and it's become an art to discredit the truth tellers. Mm-hmm. In truth tellers or truth telling systems, it's become an art to discredit or damage those, so that you can keep
lying.
It's an amazing.
So it's easier to keep lying.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Fox propaganda network. That's kind of like in their mission statement, and then the reaction to that is amazing, and it's kind of where we are. We're like I've been watching now. What's those jubilees?
Oh yeah,
where it's like one person against. And to me, it's like an amazing case study in a bunch of different algorithms meeting for the first time. So like if I looked at your YouTube feed and you looked at my YouTube feed, the screen would look completely different, right? And so you have those people sitting in a room, with the guy who has only read the Constitution going, nah, nah, like, and it's amazing to watch. I was just talking to my wife about that, like, with the, like, we don't have like a thing we all agree on.
Yeah, there's no common ground anymore.
It's so crazy. Like, and so now you get people going, hey man, you get all
now
they're
arguing about
folks.
what's real and what isn't. That's how silly it gets. I mean, it gets almost cartoonish where it's just like we don't even have a regular basis of reality in a lot of these conversations. We're like, well, the world's not like that. Well, it emphatically is. I'm sorry that you have not looked up from your phone to see it, but like what your algorithm is teaching you is not what's actually happening in the real world.
Yeah, I wish it was an algorithm like Debrief or everything else gets an update but us. Like, I wish we can get like some kind
what
of
an
update.
Incredible statement.
You know what I mean? It's like, wish we can just get an update.
We don't get any new software.
No
God
new
damn
software. We are still the ones having to
I'm still running on Windows 95.
Yeah, I know. Give us something. It's like, I know, while I'm using stuff, it's getting updated. Like, excuse me, I gotta fix myself. And then it comes back, and I'm sitting here still like. So I wish there was some kind of way. And the only times I see it, like the most recent way I'm seeing people kind of come together is it's for a negative thing is the Epstein stuff.
Yeah,
where it's an example of the power of the people, but it's it's for a interesting thing. But I saw one thing where, and I'm sorry, I'm not giving it like describing it as best I can, but there were like these. I think it was in Congress. It was in a side room, a small committee,
Mhm.
and they had to vote to release the files. And the guy running it, they everybody like they labeled this guy as a Trump guy, and so
Mhm.
he goes, all those who want to release the files say yay, and then you hear people go yay. All those not wanting to release the files say nay. And he says nay loud, nay, and then he goes, the nays have it, moving on. And one person goes, nah, man, let's count them. And I forget the word they use for that. And then so he counted all those and yay. It was like 9 yays, 2 nays. But that guy clearly, he was caught trying to do the okie doke. And all those people that said yay is because their constituents held them to task so that they would act. So it's like, it can work, but
it's just weird. It's about a list of pedophiles.
Yes.
It's just weird.
It's weird. That's my point. It's weird that everybody can come together for
That's
this.
what the French Revolution. That's our French Revolution.
Yeah.
Is give me the list of pedophiles.
Not the healthcare. Yeah, and it's so explained it's so explained so beautifully like how the healthcare works. I have my mother, my stepmother used to be which one is it where you can't prescribe medicine, a psychologist or psychiatrist?
Psychologist.
She was a psychologist. Yeah. She was a psychologist for people with eating disorders. And she told me years ago that, and this is right when I was starting to get into the workforce. So I didn't fully understand, but I understood. I was like, oh, this is crazy. She told me years ago that she was having trouble with the HMOs. And because I, as a writer, we have a PPO, and it's even like they ask you what's your insurance. And so, because the PPOs don't do this. And so the HMO, so she goes, if I see someone and I tell the HMO, me counseling that person costs $1,000.
Right.
The HMO will go, we'll pay you $200. And so what she's forced to do to get closer to her fee is next time she sees that person, it went up to $1,700. So then the HMO go, we'll give you $600. So then she's forced to go, it costs $2,200 to see this person. We'll give you $950, and she'll settle with that $950. But what happens is if that person who she's seeing loses their coverage, now they have a bill for $2,200 for a service that costs $1,000.
Right.
But that's the game that doctors have to play to get paid their money.
Right.
And I've recently asked another doctor, that still goes on. She goes, yeah, that still goes on. And so then that's the middleman people are just talking about getting rid of so that we can all have health. But it's not explained in a way that would make people unite the way they were uniting over this pedophile thing.
Right.
And I'm so fascinated that.
I mean, the only time, it got pretty close with Luigi. When Luigi killed him.
Luigi was pretty close.
I thought that was going to be, and it still isn't. And now people are offing CEOs and they're not even talking about it on the media at all.
Oh, it happened again?
Yeah. There's two so far in the last, probably 2 weeks. One of them is the CEO of Blackstone, and the other one, one of the CEOs of Blackstone, the chick who's in charge of this sector, part of the single, the people who have been doing this, single family homes,
and then they're pricing you out of your. That's so gangster.
And then there's been another one just this last week, but they're not. Nobody's. But nobody's fucking talking about it.
Yeah. So that was one of my.
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people, or especially in the mediaverse, are very scared of people being emboldened by that. Because even when they tried to smear Luigi, I mean, chicks were sending pictures of their tits to him in prison, sending him, $30,000, sending him, but they didn't. Everybody has been fucked by the healthcare system.
Can I tell you a joke I used to do?
Yes.
I used to sell health insurance, life and health insurance.
So you know what a scam it is.
So check
it's
this out.
It's fucking brutal.
Check this out. So the reason why I got out of it was because I only made a commission if I forced everyone to purchase a specific product. So I would meet you under the guise of, we're going to look at your financial goals, your financial needs, and we'll place you with products that will, but whatever it was, the hustle was, make them buy this because that's what made the insurance company the most.
It's like when I used to sell vacation packages. You want them to buy this one. Yeah. You'll see what they want, but then you'll tell them they should be buying this.
And that's just not, I'm like, I wanted to help people. And they would pull me in the rooms. You keep helping people, you're not making any money. Because I'm like, yeah, you just need to, start some mutual funds and do this. And I didn't make any money off of that stuff. I only made money if you bought this. But then they told me you could make money in health insurance. So I like looked at the policy. Like I was like and in the health insurance policy they had a clause that said, if you get a terminal illness, they can drop you. And so I used to do bits on stage about that. Like how cold that was.
Yeah.
And a person that has a terminal illness, I was like, that's the last person you want to be messing with because they know they're going to die.
Yeah, there's no.
So it's like, wait a minute,
I got nothing to lose.
Me? Yeah. I got nothing wait to lose. Wait a minute. Yeah. Let me get this clear. So
I only got 2 months. I got to get to work.
Right. What you going to do? Put me in jail for life? Like I used to do. And people would just look at me like nobody would laugh.
You should do that bit now. I bet you it would murder now because way more people have been fucked over. Way more people have that context.
This was in the 90s. And I was like, that's in the small print. And a similar thing was happening to folks with these fires. Like, because the language in the contract, a lot of people were getting not paid out at all. Their payouts were delayed or they were getting a lower amount. And it's like, it's just wild. And it's like, it all comes back to the same theme, right? Like if everybody just like really like honestly did their job and if everybody, I just want to see an experiment to see how great the country could really be. Like if everybody just did, what they said, what they're selling.
Yeah.
Let's just try it.
Yeah. If America wasn't a grift.
If America wasn't a grift. Nicely said. Well, we could really be great up in this mud. Like I was. And
it sucks that even the concept of America being great has been so it's been so like.
Once you put it in an ad, it's already. It's like hearing your favorite song in a Toyota commercial. Like
you're like, oh come on, yeah, you killed it. You killed yeah. I get it. It especially sucks for people like my dad immigrated. He like when people left something to come here to start something and then to see it basically slowly turn into a thing that they left. It's just kind of like what the fuck.
Yeah. And it's like it doesn't have to be that way. It's like I was thinking of like it's this book I read. I can't remember the book, but she was talking about how when the government made it that you could not segregate swimming pools, so many communities just said
there's no pool.
No pool. It's like
then nobody gets to swim.
Nobody gets to swim. Cut 2 years later, we're losing to Australia in the Olympics. And it's like, man, we could have been. That's like 40 years of people. And now you want to be mad? The Aussies are like just killing us. This backstrap. So it's like everything has this collateral damage to all these like thinking that everything's a zero-sum game. And it's like either you like immigrants, either you accept that and
then don't eat any fruit. Don't like it's like don't use
YouTube. Don't use yeah. What are we talking about? It's everywhere.
But that's the problem for me is it's so difficult for me to wrap my head around not being able to see those stats. Like for me to not even like almost everything that you enjoy has come from someone else.
Yeah.
So why would you want to like keep anyone like the diversity of thought, diversity in general, it by definition is how you get new thought. That's how you get a Hadron Collider. That's how you get a motherfucker on the moon. Like all of those things. And some people don't think it happened. Even if you don't believe the moon landing was real, that's how you get the idea to get Stanley Kubrick to produce the fucking moon landing to change the course of humanity. Either way, that comes from the diversity of motherfucking thought, which comes from different people. Yeah. So either way,
and you can't have it both ways. And you gotta. And I think the whole migration narrative. I'm not trying to become a conspiracy theorist podcast, but I think what happened was we were starting to unite and almost get billionaires to pay their fair share. Like
dude, this was Occupy Wall Street. That was the 99%. When it started. That's I mean, there's like a bunch of I was just talking about this on Gravy Baby, but that's when trans became an issue.
Yeah.
That's when they started being like, we gotta get these people divided. But Occupy Wall Street was the first time they were scared.
Yeah. And being a billionaire means to me having the power to be able to change a nation's mind. Mm-hmm. You have the power and the resources to be able to change a nation's mind. So like if you look at when global warming was first introduced, it was introduced when a Republican was president, and it was a bipartisan. Everyone, yeah, sure, it's getting hotter.
Yeah.
Then some billionaires got together and go, "Whoa, this can affect some of."
Yeah, we can't have people knowing that we're the ones responsible for killing the earth. Yeah. We gotta start telling people this is crazy.
So in come the merchant, here come the merchants of doubt coming on. Here come the people, and they just need, and here come all these other studies just refuting or just to cause confusion.
Right.
Then they're not even trying to. Because they know it's not we're right. We just need to weaponize, global warming and all those things so that it's not even and to me that's what having billions can do, and it's not being used for like the greater good. It's just being used to preserve, whatever they think.
Their bottom line. That's it. Is the business.
And that's what I think happened with the immigration thing. Because to me, I say on stage, I don't think we would even have a quote unquote immigration problem if America stopped telling everybody we're the greatest country in the world. Like you can't run that ad for years and then get mad at the customer. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, just change your slogan.
You can't be like, we have the lowest prices in all the stores. Yeah. We have the best products and all this. Come on. And then you're like, why is everybody here?
And as we say, we the best. We the best. Why is everybody want to be with the best? It's like, change the slogan, man. And it's way cheaper than all this stuff that's going on right now. Just be like, America, it's all right. That should be our slogan. It's all right.
It's okay.
Put a poster.
And now it's not. Well, that's the other thing too, is now the overcorrection I think is happening where people don't want us in places. That's what's happening. There's like a lot of the anti-gentrification in Mexico City. It's happening in Barcelona where they're just like, we don't fucking want you here because there's so many people here that are buying cheap land in other countries, and renting it out, Airbnb it out, and then the people that fucking actually live there can't afford to live in their own places. So not only do we gentrify our own cities here, but then we're also doing it in other countries to the point where other people can't live. Like it's justified that they're mad.
I want everybody to look up Haiti. What happened to Haiti? They did that. Woodrow Wilson sent the U.S. Army there to change their constitution so that they could buy land in Haiti. Because Haiti had a constitution like no foreigners can buy land here. It was and they occupied Haiti after Haiti freed themselves from France, and Haiti had finally paid back. France made them pay them an enormous amount of money for their freedom. After they paid it off, here comes the U.S.
Listen,
time for us to get out the way.
It's our turn.
Yeah, our turn. And they occupied. And so now, when you talk about Haiti, people go, "Oh, what's wrong with it?" But nah, man, they were always trying to, farm and make their own food and send it places, and it's ill. But yeah, what you just said, as far as like being able to buy there, other people can come in, buy the land, and it's like came in and changed their constitution, man.
That's fucking so rude. I mean, hey, listen, that document that you as a people, let's change that back.
It's like, oh my God. And that's kind of some of the stuff I want to do on my podcast, but just like make it funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we have enough stuff in history. I'm fascinated with the people who like buy into like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Because there's like all these lawyers are leaving the Trump administration right now.
Right.
Because they're like, yo, man, after you gone, I could get disbarred for some of this stuff. So I gotta resign because this is too far,
Yeah.
And so, like,
and it's bad when a lawyer's saying that.
When a Hey man, this is too far. Like,
listen,
like,
I'm all for criminal activity.
Yeah.
It's kind of been my whole career, but yikes.
It's criminal. Yeah. And so I don't know. I just love like slowing it down and like how you sleep at night? Like knowing you sleep like a baby, or like, are you panicked? I don't know. I'm just fascinated with the people behind these blanketed things. And I feel like it helps. Sometimes when we're talking about it, another thing I don't like is corporate media. I don't like why corporate media, why are they always in a hurry? Why are they always in a rush? Like,
I mean, I think
we got 2 minutes, we got 30 seconds here left. Can you just tell us the key to life in 30 seconds? Oh, I'm sorry, we gotta go. Like, why are you always in a rush? Like,
you have the same time slot every single day.
Can't you prepare? We just have 1 minute left with the senator. So enough finding out your favorite candies and places of vacation. This bill, it's like,
I think that's what it is. I mean, when you're pushing a lie through, I mean, anytime somebody is lying, they're uncomfortable. And when that was, they're fidgeting, they're trying to get through it as fast as possible to get it over with. So because your body is physically uncomfortable when you're doing it. I mean, that's why all of them look like they're on drugs. Like all of these like weird talking heads are just so full of shit. You could see it.
It's amazing.
It's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's so dizzying. And so I'm always laugh whenever they're in a hurry. I don't have a lot of time, but
Yeah, especially like when not even just on the media part of it, but when they're actually in Congress, when like somebody's trying to make a point or like, okay, you're going to need to wrap it up. And it's just like, no, this is the whole point of this entire meeting is to talk about this issue. And I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, this person, we got this person to get on a plane, fly here, sit here, get dressed up, sitting here. We are going to converse about this thing and get to the bottom of it. Nope. You have to reclaim your time.
Well, that's why you can tell, like, because I was watching, I mean, I watched that Mr. Rogers documentary again recently. Oh, yeah. And one of the things is when he was talking about getting funding for PBS and how important it was and about like educational television. Oh, that whole, like, he would have been cut off in a hearing right now, in a meeting right now, whenever he was put on the floor. Like, they would be like, okay, you got to wrap it up. Like, that's the other thing too, is like, when you're losing humanity everywhere, they're especially not going to listen to it when they're in the place that's responsible for stripping the country of it, Yeah. So it's just like, you don't even get to see a person make a poignant and even when they do, they just sit there with a, gargoyle ass look on their face and just, and that's
so
it.
Trained not to respond. And I watched a deep dive on that as well. I wish I knew the guy. I wish I could give you the credit, but look it up. There's a guy who does a deep dive on that exchange. Sorry about that. I'm hitting everybody's mic. There's a guy who does a deep dive on that exchange between Mr. Rogers and that senator. He was like, hurry up. You got it. That guy. That guy was in on it. Like, he was pro public television. And so he was kind of playing to be like this guy that didn't want to hear it. Right. But he was for, but he did that on purpose to give Mr. Rogers the floor. Like, he understood the room. Right. And he knew that, like, if he was like, yes, and it does this, that it might not have gotten the same coverage. So he knew. He wanted to have something for him to push off of. I get it. Yeah. So the fact that he like fell on the sword for something that he believed in as well. And me having young kids, like, I watched my children watching their iPads or what have you, something struck me. I go, oh shoot, I'm watching my kids be programmed. And so you kind of want the information that they're getting to be helpful, right, and not divisive and you also want them to see images of themselves like being the main character and not being taught that they're side characters, And so I would watch like some of the stuff they were consuming. I'm like, man, I wish like that person doesn't always have to be that color. Like it's like it's those things when they're young that it's like real important to give all kids, like make them all feel seen, you know what I mean, in a specific way, and to give them certain and Mr. Rogers had dedicated his life to to that, to helping them deal with feelings and anger and friendships and things
Yeah, it was
like
he also introduced adult concepts in a way, and simplified in a way for kids to be able to understand.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the big ones was when he had the dude came over and like they got in the pool together. That was like a big
deal.
It was a big deal.
Yeah. People were like, what?
And it was so easy. And little kids were just like, oh yeah, of course I would have anybody,
My friend.
And then now they're mad, but now they're mad because all of that programmed our generation to be like, this is not okay. What is happening right now? This is not okay. And that's why we're all upset by it, because we all saw how it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
and that's the part that's why so many people are fucking mad. That's why they shit on the young people, but the young people are right now have the amount of fervor that I think is necessary.
I agree.
So it's just like,
I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie. Like years ago, I worked on a TV show where Whoopi Goldberg was the actor, and I got to write like jokes for her and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is when Everybody Hates Chris, and I couldn't stop looking at Whoopi, man. Like, she's just so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be like, why you always staring at me? I was like, I just can't help it. So
you're captivating, Whoopi. What do you want?
She was such an amazing actor too. Like what she was doing on that set, to watch her and Tashina and go at it was it was just a masterclass in acting. And she said to me, she's like, look, man, it's up to y'all now. She said, because I'm tired. I done did, when she walked us through all the stuff that she had done.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, nah, it's up to y'all. And I'm starting to feel like how Whoopi felt back then. Like, I'm tired. Like, I love your energy, and I love how impassioned you are. And for me, I'm just like, yeah, like I'm with you. But,
well, I mean, I don't have children. I feel like there's a really big.
My friend Ali Leroy said something. Like, I can't take credit for this. He said this, but I do want to like do a larger piece on this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when what's the guy in Florida? The guy that ran for president, the little guy, what's his name?
Marco Rubio?
No, the other guy with his cowboy boots. They said had lifts in it, and him, DeSantis. Is it DeSantis?
Ron DeSantis.
So I remember when Ron DeSantis, because I think he has like young children too, when he was talking about banning books, right? And he said, and the attack on critical race theory like started becoming a thing. He said that his daughter, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically he said his daughter came home from school feeling bad because they were teaching about America's history.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember he said feeling bad. And my friend Ali said, feeling guilty and being guilty are not the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And
I wish that mainstream media ran with that narrative when like CRT was being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And now weaponized, and now, because it's like, yeah, man, feeling guilty is good. That means your daughter's empathetic. And I mean, daughter.
Yeah, that's a good quality to have.
That means your daughter's like, yeah, what happened to those people?
It'd be different if she came home and she was like, man, didn't black people get what they deserve?
Man, we need to double down.
We need to, come on, Papa.
But
put me on the stand.
But look at how activated he got, right?
Mm-hmm.
He put it in, like got folks together, and they created legislation, that could pull anything that they deemed would make their children feel uncomfortable. And for me,
but this world is uncomfortable.
This world is uncomfortable. But for me, when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, who's doing that stuff for my kids?
Yeah.
Like, who's making sure my kids don't feel uncomfortable? Like we did a thing for, we did a product placement thing for Alexa. And now what I'm saying, Alexa, and what I'm saying is anybody watching it at home, like their Alexa might go off.
Yeah.
Alexa, look up Owen Smith comedian. Alexa, sign me up for Good Luck Everybody by Owen Smith.
Does it work?
See if it works. So, but we did a product placement with Alexa, and Alexa came with like a 3-page thing on how we had to treat Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I wish I could send my kids to school with
this is how you need to treat my child. Yeah.
Like, I mean, but the fact that him being a father, feeling he had to protect his children's feelings, I get it, being a father, but when Ali said feeling guilty and being guilty are not the same thing. That just resonated with me. Yeah, feeling guilty means you're a good person. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
So now you see, we're not doing that anymore, but you can also
but that's
understand
also what keeps you from doing awful. Yeah.
You have a better understanding of the repercussions of those things that were done.
Yeah.
You may be raising a more empathetic child. I don't know, but you just
conduct yourself, because that happened to me. Like, I went to a public school in Florida.
Okay.
When we learned about the Civil War, they said it was the war was about like states' rights. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't learn, especially not critical. I didn't learn about any of this stuff until I was like in college, late high school, college.
You're like, what?
Yeah. And when I started doing stand-up, that's what I came across James Baldwin. James Baldwin changed my life as far as how I viewed the world, because it was without me listening. It was him, and there was like a famous feminist. It was the Rap on Race. It was these two. It was this ignorant like white feminist who was
a white feminist. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. She was huge, but they were basically like, I want to have this conversation in public so people who are ignorant can learn from it. It was kind of one of those things. And she was just like, but what? So why shouldn't I be? I hear all these stories about how black men are scary. Why should I not be scared? And he was like, and then of course that's when you get where you're being told that these stories, like there is no facts backing all it. So they have this great nuanced conversation about it. And me, a young 22 who didn't know shit about what happened, and who still had black friends and all, like I wasn't watching it having never, I was like, oh, I still see these things happening now. Mm-hmm. I still see this ignorance. I saw some of that ignorance. I was the ignorant white lady at that moment in there, because there was a lot of shit that she was talking about where I was like, oh, I guess I have wondered about that. Why is that they, like, in something like a nuanced, like, why don't they get the same opportunities? All the stuff I learned about systemic racism, all this other shit. Mm. I learned on my own, because it wasn't available to me, but it was just because I liked black people. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you're like, hey,
it was an interest to me. Yeah. And if you're in a place where, like, where that's not an option, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, I learned from my social setting, I learned that I was always the one that gets in the front seat of the car if we get pulled over, whatever happens. And I just knew that because I was a criminal. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? But it was always, I could take a financial hit and nobody was going to get shot, So I just knew that, but I didn't know it was systemic racism. I just knew it was safer if I'm
going to give a shout out to all the criminals in showbiz, because y'all make some of the best content. My man, I remember when Roy Wood Jr. was like, "Yeah, man, I was like, why you? I knew it. I'm thinking something about you was
for sure.
I love it. I mean, yeah, all right."
But there's a lot of good people that end up having to do crime when you're poor. Yeah. You have to make it work.
You gotta make it work.
Yeah. But I'm saying like that information wasn't readily available. And had I grown up with that information, had I learned that in school, I feel like it wouldn't have, there would have been a decade of understanding where I could have probably been even more. So there's plenty of guilt that I felt for not knowing it earlier, and anger that I had with Florida, with the fucking education system. Like, why aren't you teaching me the full story? Why aren't you teaching me what really fucking happened? And for people to like learn that, to like, more information was always better, not less.
Yeah.
The
topics like this, it's like how do you want to approach it, right? Like you can approach it aggressively, and there's many people who just call it what it is beautifully. Mm-hmm. For me, I also want to just offer that we have to remember that America is still a young country in the context of other young countries. Mm-hmm. So we're doing young people shit right now. Not to disparage, not shitting on young people, but in the guise of not feeling like we can give everybody the whole information, the whole story, and they'll know how to handle it. You know what I mean? Like, we can't agree. Know. We can't agree.
It seems like it's just for white people, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. But what I'm saying is that they want to say the country started, certain white folks always want to start the story in the middle because that's where it's most comfortable. So saying the country started in 1776 absolves you of
what about 1492,
Doc? Yeah, 1492, 1619. Come on. 1776 is when this great name. So, and to me, that's
when we were full white. I want to go to. We started when we were full white.
You want to get rid of this one. So I think it's something about just being able for us to be able to get over this hump and mature as a country and learn that we are better telling the full story. I don't know when we're going to see that. I don't know how that happens, but there have been some strides made, but now we're in this new space of like anybody that's making sense, we discredit that voice or we shun it or we ban it. Like this woman wrote a great book saying that, it's not a zero-sum game. If somebody else that doesn't look like you is successful and gets something, that does not negate what you're going to get. You know what I mean? And
that all comes from the mentality of pitting people against each other. They've been doing that shit with women that's been my whole comedy career. There was only ever one woman on the show, so you had to be that one bitch, and that was it. And then it was like it made you unnecessarily competitive. It wasn't until I moved to Los Angeles that I didn't have that mentality anymore, where it was like, oh, okay, you guys, women aren't the enemy this whole time. They've been telling me that there can only be one.
So, I don't know when I think we just need young people to keep holding old people accountable, keep asking questions, keep not backing down. I like, get involved in the political process.
But I think, they're giving these young people shit for like not going out, not partying, not doing all this stuff. But they're also, a lot of them are educating themselves, Is
that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. Okay, good. I mean, there's a lot of them that are a lot of they're digesting a lot of bad, that's how you get all these young, like Proud Boy / Nazi types that are like, they're in a rabbit hole, but the wrong rabbit hole. But there's a reason. There's so many pro-Palestinian protests happening across the country is people are informing themselves. That's not coming from the mainstream media. No. You know what I'm saying? Like they're educating themselves by themselves, which that's how I did it. That's how I found out because that information wasn't readily available to me, and it took another comedian, fucking Ramon Rivas, who told me about it. Because he had the book, and I was like, "What is this book?" I was like, "I love James Baldwin. What is this book?" And he was like, "This is the Rap on Race. You've never." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." And then I watched it, and but mind blown. That's it was.
Hey man, yeah.
So I'm glad that young people are still getting that. It's the only thing that genuinely gives me hope for people with young children at a time like this, where it seems, late stage criminal is not. It's not great. It doesn't feel good. You want to talk about feelings? This doesn't feel like a good situation to have a young child in. So,
I have nothing but concern. Do about that. No, I'm gonna tell you, man. These kids are. It's amazing. I think they're going to be all right personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're receiving the information from a different. Like we have. Like I said, we can't get updates. So the same information that I can get, I'm putting it through the filter of my life. I'm like, oh my God, how's this going to hit my son?
Right.
But my son is putting it through his
new information.
It's different. Yeah. It's like you said, like some of the stuff is not, it's not going to affect them the way we project it's going to affect them all. I'm always surprised at how flexible and how
resilient and
resilient they are. Like, I think it's, if you can, it's so hard, but if you can stay an active, involved parent, that will, you'll be, that's half the battle. You know what I mean? Like every Marvel villain starts because one parent didn't look at him enough. You know what I mean? Just be there and just.
At this point, I'm so over that
Yeah.
I'm so over that goddamn origin story. I had that. I didn't become a motherfucking villain.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like so many.
So many. It's like my dad never. So the world must. What?
That's also how you made like a GOAT athlete.
Yeah, you were talking about that. That's LeBron never knew his dad. It worked out. Yeah. That's a great joke. I used to talk about. Yeah, man. Yeah, LeBron, bro, billionaire. It worked out.
It did work out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to become. You don't have to become a.
I got a funny joke now. I tell about fathers leaving. Now I say, I think less fathers are leaving today. You watch the NFL draft. It was a lot of dads.
A lot of dads there.
A lot of dads. That's good. That's showing like dads are more involved and they care more about the well-being of their children. Or it means that with all this technology today, it's harder to leave. In the 80s, a dad could cross the street and never be heard from again. There they go.
You got to go really far for cigarettes now. Really far.
Between Find My Phone and Life 360, I'm on the same Netflix password. I can't go nowhere. I'm here. I'm locked in. So yeah, and it's once you decide to stay, it's beautiful. It is beauty on the other side of like being involved and like my kids teach me.
I thought your take was going to be, and this is way more problematic. I thought your take was going to be, that's why they keep making all these changes in the NFL. Is there's way more father support happening, so they're just not as aggressive.
I talk about that too. Yeah, NFL. That's why you can't really hit the quarterbacks, guys. Yeah,
that's my baby. Don't you touch my baby.
Is that his father in the stands? It's like, oh, we're gonna suck this year. No. I think dads are coming back. Thank you, technology. I really think it's technology that's bringing. We're also starting to see the joy in it, man. It's dope. I got angry at my father all over again once I started experiencing things that he missed with me. You know what I mean? But it was like an anger, like, man, you missed my first words, my first steps. You missed
you missed so many cool things.
So many cool things.
Because then you got to experience those things and you're like, fuck you. You could have had this cool thing too.
You get mad at him and then you feel sorry for him that he never experienced it. And so you know that like that's a hole in his like development and you know he felt guilty about it. You know what I mean? So you kind of go both. Your feelings go both ways. You get mad, and then when it's about you, you get mad. When it's not about you, you feel empathy for him.
Right. But that goes back to the guilt. Feeling guilty is not the same as being guilty. Yep.
Which is like, I wish MSNBC and CNN just ran with that. Yeah. So while everybody on the other network was going CRT, they were like, nah, man, feeling guilty is good for you. Run with that. Feel guilty. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you didn't do it. But also these people should sit in that feeling. Yeah. And so they to avoid how shitty this feels.
And keep going.
Don't do this. It's like,
and then you create this
Why are people so scared of teachable moments? That's all that was a teachable moment.
Because it would mean accountability.
Yeah.
And that's what I said earlier. Racism stings. Hey, man, if they say we did it, the gig is up. Their whole purpose. Oh, I gotta take this. Oh shoot, it's after 1. We've been going.
Yeah, we gotta go.
All right, we gotta go. All right, I gotta call this guy back.
You want me to?
Yeah.
What do you want to plug? What are you gonna plug?
Crutch. When does this come out?
In 2 weeks.
I can't say it yet. But my show's airing. Crutch. I created a show, neighborhood spinoff for Tracy Morgan. Starring Tracy Morgan, Jermaine Fowler, the great Jermaine Fowler, the amazing Tracy Morgan, the incredible Keisha Lewis. We did a show. Lunel is fantastic in it. And the 8 episodes will be airing on Paramount Plus. I'm not at liberty to say the date yet, but it's airing. And when Paramount says I can say the date, I'll tell Carmen to tell you folks to go, Alexa, watch, so-and-so, watch Crutch on Paramount Plus. Doing that. And then this guy that was just calling me, I'm trying to create a show with him right now.
Nice.
And
it's exciting. You guys are getting to see some inside stuff.
Yeah, good luck everybody.
Yeah, listen to good luck everybody.
Yeah, so I can get some ads and promote some stuff and pay for these kids. I'm just trying to pay for these kids, man. These kids cost money, man. But yeah, that's it. Look at me.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate.
Man.
I love you too.
And she's so talented. Y'all need to support Carmen, bro.
No,
like,
thank you.
There's nothing she can't do, yo. I'm telling you.
Don't make me cry on my own podcast. It's very rude.
You hit me up. This is how we used to be talking when we did the show, when we did that week together. It was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
You need to keep doing this. You're really good at this.
It's fun. Well, it's easy when you have a good guest.
Yeah.
We didn't even touch your list.
You didn't even touch my list.
We didn't even touch your list.
All right, one thing I had.
Okay.
Horns. This is silly. Horns. We need to update. Car honk. That starts fights and road rage. Horns need to say stuff like, get off your phone.
Yeah. Look up.
Lights green, whatever cops used to talk to you, we need to be able to just
megaphone.
Yeah, say that to the person. Yo, look up, man. Get off that phone, man.
Your turn.
Yeah. Can we do that?
It doesn't even have to be mean. It's just so jarring.
Yeah, people are like, what? They want to fight you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay.
Call this guy back.
Owen Smith, everybody. Thank you guys so much for listening. Patreon.com/NoSirPod if you want to throw money at the podcast. If not, I totally understand. It's all right. We'll see you next week.
Say your Patreon one more time.
Patreon.com/NoSirPod.
And what how much is it to start?
I mean, there's different tiers, so it depends.
You got a $5 one?
I have a $1 one, a $5 one.
Come on, man. $60 a year. You got to open with that. You got to open with that, the Patreon, because that helps her pay the people.
That's true. It literally goes to this green room.
Yeah. $60, man. $60. That's what's that?
Now isn't that a cup of coffee?
I know, definitely. Especially if you order on Uber Eats. $60. But we do it. $60, man. You ain't even gonna think about it. You know what it is you buy more to justify how much it's gonna be, and then it ends up being even more. You can't sit for a meal in this town without it being $30. As soon as you sit down, you're like, dang.
$30 is a drive-through. Yeah, that's takeout.
That's takeout.
Yeah.
So $60. Open with that for all your other ones. Stop burying it at the end. Don't do that. All right.
Now I'm in trouble. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/
So if you edit this, put that in the beginning. Or shoot a separate thing. Hey guys, before we get started, just want to say join my Patreon at patreon.com. No sir. It's $5. That's all it is. $60 a year. Help keep these lights on. And follow me at my first guess is. Do that.
Okay.
That's my unsolicited advice.
Thanks, guys. You got me in trouble.
To someone I love.
All
right. I'm out of here.
Bye, guys.
Bye. That's how my daughter waited.
Oh, sir, I don't like it.